let's take a deeper dive look into Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 2. So I said the best way to describe this season in one word would be change or transition. That's because within this season, so much is changing within so little time. First off, we get a change off of main villains. We get the first introduction into Lord Zed and trade off Rita for Zed. Then Tommy is taken away with the Green Ranger powers, and Tommy actually disappears from the show for a little bit. And then we find out there's a White Ranger being created by Zordon and Alpha, and then Tommy comes back being revealed as the White Ranger. Forgot to mention the fact the same time we got introduced to Lord Zed, we traded out the Dino Zords for the Thunder Zords. And then Tommy getting the Tiger Zord, which basically matches the Thunder Zords, and goes into the Mega Tiger Zord, I think it's called, the ultra form of the Tiger Zord. And then a switch out from Jason, Trini, and Zach to Rocky, Adam, and Aisha. And then Rita finally comes back and actually marries Zed, and then they become a dynamic duo. In fact, Zed goes from like almost a very intimidating, scary villain to a sitcom 90s dad. I also said it's definitely better than season 1, and I'm definitely sticking by that, because you could tell there's a lot better story building and storytelling within season 2. For example, when it was involving Tommy, whether it was the Green Ranger powers or him getting the White Ranger powers and him being the White Ranger. Granted, I wish some of the other Rangers would have got some of the focus within that. It's definitely some good storytelling. Like within the show itself, without specifically and directly telling you that the White Ranger powers are stronger than the Green Ranger powers. Granted, they do when the White Ranger powers are introduced. They show it to you on screen. Like there's a point where the White Ranger is holding off Goldar and Scorpina by himself. And then a specific point in episode 38, he basically beats off 4 of Rita and Zed's monsters, I think. I believe they were married at that point, don't quote me on that. And it's not the same thing as like a Battleizer defeat. Like when Battleizers destroy a monster, that's like a explosion. Like it's the same and equivalent as a finisher from the team altogether. This is more or less like, yeah, I beat them and then they suddenly disappeared. Definitely still need a lot of improvement. I had a lot of unnecessary fillers and some unnecessary multi-parters. Like anything involving Kimberly, especially with the whole book and her going back in time. But otherwise, I still say it was enjoyable.